Ah, the life of a case modder. Here we are, having fun, cutting and gnawing and chopping, and then the fun's over. This is when the real work begins, stripping. I don't think anybody puts stripping up at the top of their favorite things to do, but if you approach it efficiently, it is not necessarily a painful process, unless of course you get the stripper on you. Then it is painful. So you'll want to have water handy, rags handy, in case you have to flush your eyes or wash your arms or hands or anything. First thing is the stripper, okay? This is the stuff you want. This works. The other stuff, it works on some paints, but doesn't work on everything. This works on everything, and it doesn't hurt aluminum. After you've stripped and used all the various tools to remove the stuff, then you're going to want to wipe it down with clean rags, and you can either use mineral spirits followed by lacquer thinner, or you can use this Crossfire, which doesn't leave a residue. To apply the stripper, you're going to want to use throwaway brushes that are not of a plastic construction. You're going to want a little metal can. This is a fruit can. Wash it out, dry it. You don't want any water in it. You're probably going to want some putty knives, but you got to be careful. Dress your putty knives flatwise on some sandpaper on a block to make sure there's no burrs on them, or you'll leave scratches and gouges and everything you slide the putty knife across. For aluminum, a big steel brush like this is going to be too aggressive. Maybe a finer steel brush might leave some small marks that will be covered by the powder coat, so it won't really matter. But ideal would be nylon, okay, or these 3M pads, which aren't cheap. They're about $1 a piece. And so you may want to cut them into sections so that you don't destroy a whole pad at once. Maybe 4 pieces. Just use fingertip pressure to get into all the little crevices and areas that you can't necessarily reach. And this is what we're going to be stripping. We're going to be stripping spray paint off of the Temgin internals. Most of these are aluminum except for the motherboard tray, which is steel. So, I'm hoping to keep this down to just a few hours. I don't like it, and I'm sure my clients would appreciate me moving as fast as possible with this process, because I charge $45 an hour to cover my materials and my time, because I don't like it. So, here you go, stripping the Temgin for Raven Black Powder Coat. So, I thought I'd just show you how this works. You brush the stuff on, and you watch it work. And if all is well, it just goes crazy. See, it'll start taking the finish right off for you. And what I like to do is pick up the whole panel and, using the putty knife, lightly slough this loose skin of paint right into the trash. And then whatever's left, then I go after that again with more stripper and the brush. But it's kind of freaky. Just sort of starts popping up. And another thing is, you don't want to get going too soon. See, over here is where I just brushed. See, you don't want to start scraping until it does this, because this is what does the work. This is what takes it off. If I started scraping earlier, all I'd do is remove the stripper without actually letting the stripper get down on it. And this may take a few minutes, but it certainly beats sandblasting. Let me tell you, done plenty of that. So as you can see, when we first started looking at this about a minute and a half ago, everything was pretty much laid down, and now you can see it's going crazy. So in a couple more minutes, I'll be ready to slough it off. And what I do is I stage parts. I get one ready to go like this, and then I brush up another. I don't do more than 2 parts at a time, and I just keep trucking along like a locomotive. Hey guys, here's the stripping project. We're done with phase 1. It took me about 50 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, to get most of the spray paint and primer off of the Temgin internal parts. As you can see, they're pretty good, but if you look closer, that's not sticking to it. That's just debris and residue and crap all over. And the next step will be to take all these rags over here and the Crossfire and the rubber gloves, and to try and get every little bit of schmutz off of these. Make sure that there's no paint still sticking to them. And then I will take them up and hose them off on the deck with water to make sure that there's no chemicals left on them at all. Let them dry, and then off the powder coat they go. Hey guys, this is the final result of about an hour and 45 minutes of stripping and then washing it down and then washing it down again. And these will be headed off to powder coat in a few minutes. So I'd show you the results. Nice thing about it with spray paint. Spray paint comes off super easy. One application of stripper and off it comes, and you can get into all the little weird crevices and everything, all those little edges, lots and lots of little edges, which is what is so nice about these brushes right here. I'm telling you now, man. Anyway, enough of this. You'll see more when it's Raven Black.